First, let me actually say I have a hair treatment in my hair, like this Olaplex hair treatment. You're supposed to leave it in for at least 10 minutes, but it's best if you keep it in overnight and then wash it out in the morning. But I don't like morning showers. I'm a night shower person, so I put it in there and I'm gonna wash it out later. So that is why my hair is looking and don't look at my finger. One nail polish thing came off, and today we're just going for the chill vibes. Got my glasses on, because usually I wear my contact lenses, and no makeup look. So I was just chilling today, but I still wanted to make a video because I'm really excited about these books. My mom's friend said she reads, and she said she has books for me to read as well. It is almost all Colleen Hoover books, because she's been reading those. And I've read only one Colleen Hoover book so far. It's called All Your Perfects, I believe. I like that one. I like the pacing of that one. So I'm curious to find out if I'll like these as well. So we're just gonna start with the first book. The first one is this one. It's called Layla. 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 Colleen. Over. Colleen Hoover. And I feel like there are very mixed opinions around Colleen Hoover books. At least from what I've seen. I've seen people who really like it, and I've seen people who really don't like it. But I'll find out for myself. I read romance mostly. I've read some fantasy books. If you hear something, someone is downstairs. I'll try to cut most of it out. As I was saying, I mostly read romance books, and I've read some fantasy books. But now I was talking to classmates, and they read books. They read thriller books, and I was like, I like romance, but lately I've been feeling like I need something to happen. I feel like I just need some tension, and yeah, I don't like when there's only romance and it's only about that couple. I need some mystery in there, or just some challenges. And they were like, oh, maybe you like this book. Because they said it's more like romance with a bit of thriller. So that would be a good combination, I think. And I'll read the back to you. It says, love can haunt or heal. When Leeds meets Layla, he's convinced he'll spend the rest of his life with her. Until an unexpected attack leaves Layla fighting for her life. After weeks in the hospital, Layla recovers physically, but the emotional and mental mental scarring has altered the woman Leeds fell in love with. In order to put their relationship back on track, Leeds whisks Layla away to the bed and breakfast where they first met. Once they arrive, Layla's behavior takes a bizarre turn, and that's just one of many inexplicable occurrences. Feeling distant from Layla, Leeds soon finds solace in Willow, another guest of the B&B with whom he forms a connection through their shared concerns. As his curiosity for Willow grows, his decision to help her find answers puts him in direct conflict with Layla's well-being. Leeds soon realizes he has to make a choice because he can't help both of them. But if he makes the wrong choice, it could be detrimental for all of them. So, that seems really interesting to me. But let's move on because I got 9 books. 9 books. And I put them all in order in a box. Which one I want to read first? And there's 2 piles. Yeah, so I just on both piles I put the ones I want to read most on top. So I just have to make sure I don't forget. So the next one is Regretting You, also by Colleen Hoover. There's 8 of them by Colleen Hoover. And one is by, we'll see that later. Regretting You. So this says, how do you pick up the pieces without the glue holding everything together? Morgan Grant and her 16-year-old daughter, Clara, would like nothing more than to be nothing alike. Morgan is determined to prevent her daughter from making the same mistakes she did. By getting pregnant and married way too young, Morgan put her own dreams on hold. Clara doesn't want to follow in her mother's footsteps. Her predictable mother doesn't have a spontaneous bone in her body with varying personalities and conflicting goals. Morgan and Clara find it increasingly difficult to coexist. The only person who can bring peace to the household is Chris, Morgan's husband, Clara's father, and the family anchor, 5 students walk into detention, only 4 leave alive. Yale hopeful Brownman has never publicly broken a rule. Sports star Cooper only knows what he's doing in the baseball diamond. Bad boy Nate is one misstep away from a life of crime. Prom queen Addie is holding together the cracks in her perfect life. And outsider Simon, creator of the notorious gossip app at BUI, won't ever talk about any of them again. He dies 24 hours before he can post their deepest secrets online. Investigators conclude it's no accident. All of them are suspects. Everyone has secrets, right? What really matters is how far you go to protect them. Okay. Interesting. And this is really different from what I read normally too. I'm curious about that. Next one, I think also really popular, is Ugly Love. Ugly Love. Once again, by Colleen Hoover. Ugly. And this one says, an unforgettable love story that breaks all the rules. From the Sunday Times bestselling author Colleen Hoover. It's not exactly love at first sight for Jay Collins when she meets the tormented and secretive Miles Archer. They wouldn't even go so far as to consider themselves friends. The only thing Tate and Miles have in common is a mutual physical attraction that can't be denied. Once their desires are out in the open, they realize they might have stumbled on the perfect no-strings arrangement. He isn't looking for love, and she doesn't have time for it, but at least just the sex. What they've got could be surprisingly satisfying, as long as Tate can stick to the 2 rules Miles has for her. Never ask about the past. Don't expect the future. They think they can handle it, but everything is different when real emotions start to change the equation. Hearts get infiltrated, promises get broken, rules get shattered, love gets ugly. Ugly. Then the next one, I have never heard about this one. It is a novella from Colleen Hoover called Maybe Not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's a really ugly cover to me. I don't know if it's just me, but it's really not. I wouldn't pick this up if I was in a bookstore. But maybe the story is just immaculate. Who knows? So this reads: Colleen Hoover, the New York Times bestselling author of Maybe Someday, brilliantly brings to life the story of the wonderfully hilarious and charismatic Warren in this exciting novella, Maybe Not. When Warren is offered the opportunity to live with a female roommate, he instantly agrees. It could be an exciting change, or maybe not, especially when that roommate is the cold and seemingly calculating Bridget. Tensions run high and tempers flare, and the two can hardly stand to be in the same room together. But Warren has a theory about Bridget. Anyone who can hate with that much passion should also have Hopeless. It's also by Colleen Hoover. Hopeless. This is as cool as. And then I didn't notice this before, but there's a snow globe with like a city in it. This reminds me of, like sitting in an apartment way high up, but it's winter. It's winter and it's snowing. But somehow you have a fire pit and you're just laying in bed with someone you love and you're just watching the snow like trickle down. This is about, it says, Sky David is starting 6th form, having always been homeschooled and wants to keep a low profile. But then she runs into Dean Holder, messy brown hair, smoldering blue eyes, and a temper straight out of Fight Club. Someone who Sky is determined to avoid. There is something about Holder that sparks memories of Sky's troubled past, those which she would rather stay buried. Little does she know that the mysterious Dean Holder is harboring secrets of his own. Dum, dum, dum. When the truth unravels, Sky must piece her life back together and learn to trust again. Only by facing the revelations together can the two begin to heal their emotional scars and find a way to live and love without boundaries. Right. And I think that this one is tied to this one, Losing Hope, because this says, sometimes in life, in order to move forward, you must face the past. Number 1, Sunday Times bestselling author Colleen Hoover held the reader spellbound with her novel Hopeless. The story of what happened. Why am I holding my hand like this? The story of what happened when a troubled girl named Sky encountered a long-lost childhood friend, Dean Holder. With Holder's help, Sky uncovered shocking family secrets and came to terms with memories and emotions that have left deep scars. Hopeless was Sky's story. Now, in Losing Hope, we finally learn the truth about Dean Holder. Haunted by the little girl he couldn't save from imminent danger, Holder's life has been overshadowed by feelings of guilt and remorse. He has never stopped searching for her, believing that finding her would bring him the peace he needs to move on. However, Holder could not have anticipated that he would be faced with even greater pain the moment they reconnected. In Losing Hope, Holder reveals the way in which the events of Sky's youth affected him and his family, leading him to seek his own redemption in the act of saving her. But it is only in loving Sky that he can finally begin to heal himself. I don't really know yet what to think of this. It gives me kind of like a fake feeling, but maybe that's the point. The this is the only book that is in Dutch. Because I think my mom's friend started reading in Dutch. Because we are Dutch. I'm Dutch too. But she started reading in Dutch and then she was like, I can try reading in English, and then she really liked it. I guess. And I always read in English because I just find reading in Dutch so quaint. It's just not the same experience. But for this time, it will have to be like this. I guess I can make an exception. Because this is... It starts with us. And some of the books she has are at her daughter-in-law's place. She's reading some books too. So, as I understand, this is a sequel to It Ends With Us. Yeah. And I'd have to read that one first before I can read this. But I like this cover. This might be my favorite cover. I just really like water. I don't know. And flowers. So yeah, this is It Starts With Us. Really popular book. I also wonder, is this book just big because it's in Dutch? Or is the English version also this thick? I don't know. Because usually I feel like Dutch sentences tend to be longer than English sentences. Anyway, it starts with us. Oh, I didn't even see this yet. There's a bookmark in this one. It's also in Dutch. It says, je bent mijn favoriete persoon, Lily. En nu weet je waarom. Je bent mijn favoriete persoon, Lily. En nu weet je waarom. It means you are my favorite person, Lily, and now you know why. And on the back it says something. It has a quote for It Ends With Us. It says, in de toekomst, 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 toekomst. Als je door een of ander wonder ooit in een situatie bent dat je opnieuw verliefd kunt worden, word dan verliefd op mij. Als je door een of ander wonder ooit in een situatie bent dat je opnieuw verliefd kunt worden, word dan verliefd op mij. Word dan verliefd op mij. In de toekomst, als je door een of ander wonder ooit in een situatie bent dat je opnieuw verliefd kunt worden, word dan verliefd op mij. It means in the future, if by any miracle you ever get in a situation that you can be in love again, that you can fall in love again, fall in love with me. So I can read the back to you, but it's also in Dutch. But it isn't that long, so I'll read it in Dutch and then I'll translate it in English. Als Lily en haar ex-man Gail een groot co-ouderschapsritme gevonden hebben, staat plotseling haar eerste liefde. Althans tegenover hem. Het leven heeft hem gevormd en hij heeft littekens, maar hij is Lily nooit vergeten. Vergeten. gezelschapsritme. So this means if Lily and her ex-husband Ryle, when Lily and her ex-husband Ryle found a good co-parenting schedule with them, suddenly her first love, Atlas, stands in front of her. Life formed him and he has scars, but he never forgot about Lily. Lily is blij dat de tijd voor één keer in haar voordeel werkt. Keer. Als Atlas haar op een date vraagt, zegt ze meteen ja. Maar hoewel ze gescheiden zijn, is Ryle nog steeds een groot deel van Lily's leven. En hij ziet Atlas niet graag met zijn ex-vrouw en dochtertje. Hij ziet Atlas niet graag met zijn ex-vrouw en dochtertje. How am I supposed to pronounce Atlas? Atlas. I don't know. This means Lily is happy, is glad that for once time is working in her favor. When Atlas asks her on a date, she says yes immediately. While they are divorced, Ryle is still a big part of Lily's life. And he doesn't like seeing Atlas with his ex-wife and daughter. I'm curious to read this, because I heard a lot of things about this, but I'll have to read the other one first. So I'll wait for that. So the first book I'll probably read is Layla. Because I've been recommended that book. But yeah, I'm really excited that I have so many new books. Books are just